Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets.
Cheers and beers.
Cheers.
What up, boys?
Is y'all?
Good
Yo.
to see you.
It's been
Been
a while. Little extended vacation for us, but
Just a little bit's going on in the time we've
it
been
was
gone.
needed. We were on hiatus, and
our own little hiatus.
yeah, we were on our own little oasis. We put we had to send Brad to rehab. And
Oh gosh.
It didn't stick.
That's why
I'm
the
no quitter.
That's why the beer cans or the beer boxes.
I'm building
No
a
more
better-
Budweiser towers
We had to
behind
clean 'em
Brett.
Yeah.
Clean him out, dude. Get him straight.
You know,
So-
I figured, they had lived their life. The cardboard, it was time to break it down. They were empty.
Yeah.
They weren't full, at least, but still,
it
I
actually
didn't want
does look-
spiders. I kept thinking, someone's gonna
Probably
live
is
in
a
them.
good habitat for some
And
spiders.
I
Oh,
just,
yeah,
I
dude.
didn't want that, to wake up and, no
It
thanks.
actually kind of does look like you're in a jail, though. It's kind of cool, man. Like I don't,
Yeah.
or like rehab or some kind of like.
Fuck yeah.
Like you,
Well, I'm a real big decorator, so that's why I and
Yeah.
honestly, this apartment I live in, I
did
think
you
was
pick
built
that wall like when you moved in? Like
1916. I want to say something crazy like that. So it's like solid block. Like I got to hammer nails into shit.
It's
to
not
put it on the wall.
studs. Yeah, it's like
There's
a
no
concrete
studs.
wall behind you.
Yeah, exactly. So
like the floor,
no, it's not like
yeah,
the
the
floor.
roof, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get into that another day. But in other things, Jimmy, you were rehabilitating from an injury last time we podcasted. You had a foot injury you were suffering from. It wasn't sure you were 100% during the NFL playoffs. And
Well, and
Are
you know,
to 100%. How's the
Yeah.
golf game?
well, I am more
Rusty.
than 100%. Actually, I'm very. I mean, like always, like I've. You never think you can one up yourself, and then you're just like sometimes, and I wake and I do something like when I was running I think it was like the 15th lap, 16th lap the other day around like a huge mile long track. Yeah, I was running to take
The driveway. Lap on
Jason
the driveway.
Dante out of the fucking house. Yeah, no, that was a tough one, dude. Because it's funny, man. I cleaned my car out, and the crutches are still in my trunk, man. And I was like, oh, God, remember that? Because I couldn't figure out how to use those either, man. And you don't want to be that douchebag that's hobbling. And I just started that job.
You're
and it
the
was like,
only
this-
person that can't hop either.
No.
I literally went to your house, proved to you, hopped on one leg up the flight of steps, and
You
here's
saw how I
Jimmy
was getting
still crawling, just dragging his body inch by inch. Like that's probably the cleanest those carpet and floors were because he's just dragging his body
Dude,
for that
it's
next
fu-
beer. Just like,
You
oh,
know
I
what's
need this.
fun?
It's like he's getting ankle tackled like the whole time.
Dude, yeah. Well, like the extra or whatever the fuck that girl's name was. Yeah, dude, it would. Yeah. Well, you're kind of fucked when you're like, all right, which pants am I gonna wear today? So I'm able to
The ones
slide
that slide
Slide.
better. Yeah.
The most slidability.
like the quickest. Like I can get a good push. And then, I remember one day I got DoorDash and I was trying to answer the door and I didn't have crutches, but I had two fucking golf clubs. And I was like, I thought it would kind of like work and it would be kind of funny. And then after like a minute, dude, then the girl was like, "Oh, baby, I could just wait." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
Oh.
Yeah, man.
When we get old and our bodies are failing us, Jimmy is fucked. He is just gonna have the motorized scooter just
When?
forward.
Because I think, I think it's begun. Man.
It's
but
the
like I
process
said,
has started.
I've been in training like lately.
For what?
Just training, dude. Like, you know what I'm
Let's see
saying?
the guns. Give us
Oh,
a
you know
little,
what I mean.
give
They're
us a little
there.
show.
They're-
No, dude, that's too much for the pod.
Come on, flash it back. Let the people
You
see
know.
what they want here. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm,
It's kind of dark back there, All right.
Yeah, but
It's early in the season.
fully rehabbed. Aaron Rodgers is with the Jets now, man. So we were in the same program. We went to that dark house together. That's how my
Yeah, the dark retreat. The
Yeah,
darkness
he got-
retreat
He
is
got
what he
pissed 'cause
called
I
it.
brought my I tried to bring my PS.
Yeah, that's something to talk about, and we'll get into some all the NFL stuff in a bit because it's been so long.
God, a lot has
Talked.
happened. Fuck.
So much has
How about
happened.
that?
All of our teams have changed. The Broncos have a new coach. We're going to touch on that, but
Hey, at least
go, baby.
two of them are going this direction up, and one is going this direction
yeah,
down.
yeah,
that Fallout.
admittedly
Fallout
so.
song.
Admittedly, so we're going down.
Oh.
Yeah.
It-
Down right now, and I'm willing to admit that I'm okay with it.
Is it fitting that they're bringing back the
ring.
creamsicles right when they're going to suck
They
again,
should
just
wear
like
them
they
the whole
used to?
season. They should wear them the whole season.
Wait, have they not done? They didn't do that with Brady?
Still a lot of good. They weren't able
This season.
the regulations to get Brady in a creamsicle. It would have
Yeah. That
now
helmet
they're doing
rule.
it.
Yeah.
Brady's going.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's fitting.
And it'll be
no,
Kyle
with
Trask.
Baker,
Yeah.
with Baker. Oh,
Why did they get rid of Blaine Gabbert? I guess they
I-
didn't believe in him.
is the one dude the head coach?
I wouldn't be much more excited about Blaine Gabbert than
Is
the other two.
Bowles is the head coach still?
Yeah, we still got Todd Bowles
I don't think
being
he's
our
a
head coach.
man. I don't think he's a head coach.
He's got a little bit of coordinator face. I think this might be the time that Bowles could make our defense special and our offense can just skate our way to NFC South championship. In our division.
Hey, you guys are fucked. Gruden was down there working with Carr in New Orleans.
I heard
We were in
about that.
big trouble.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty cool. Actually, though,
I
I
mean,
was fired up. For
I don't
that.
think any other team in the
It's real
NFC
cool.
South is in much better shape than the Bucks. So I'm going to hold out hope that we have a chance for a playoff spot.
You would rather
I
have-
realize we're not going to be any sort of real contender with the quarterbacks we have on the roster. And I'll be waiting for Baker to basically win me over because I'm going to hate Baker. You guys know I hate Baker. I've never
know.
talked more shit about any
That's
other
why
player in
it's
the
so,
NFL on this
poetic.
podcast.
Oh, great, dude! You got
And
Tom
now he's
Brady.
my quarterback.
Dude,
Yeah.
you talk shit on Tom.
I talk shit on Tom Brady, and then
There
they
you
threw
go.
this shit in my face.
It's
There you
so
go.
perfect.
The quarterback I hate the
also-
most.
Going
Yeah.
back though to something
Would
you
you-
said, man, about dude, Derek Carr, he's a pretty good quarterback, and the Saints defense was
I like
bad
Carr.
before that. Like I don't know. I think they're the best. I think that team is actually going to be something to watch.
I think nobody's talking about either. If we ever get to see a healthy Michael Thomas,
Well, yeah,
that rookie
guy's
receiver's
annoying.
fucking good.
Yeah,
You
the
know-
one-
you know,
that was
if
the-
From
if-
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
you had
Kamara
that
can
dude
stay
in
out of
fantasy,
prison,
yeah.
you know
well,
that's a squad.
and that's a fact.
But I agree. I liked your draft though. I like you kind of took Aaron Donald light out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and he's
That
not going to be
tackle.
Aaron Donald, but he might be solid next
No,
to Vea.
But
Our
little
defensive
guy,
line
yeah.
could be solid. We still got Levante and Devin White. We got a decent secondary, like a decent secondary.
Yeah, I just the thing also you take a solid right tackle, and how many years has Wirfs been in the league? 5, 6?
No, this is Wirf's third year. This will
Third
be
year.
his third year.
So he's dominated on one side. Now you're going to say, you know what, you did so well over here. Learn this new position where the footwork is opposite.
You know what? I think Wirfs is that good. He'll do it.
He's not. He's going to get beat up. He's going to look like Orlando Brown Jr. over there.
I don't think
He'll be,
so.
Yep. he's gonna-
Wirfs is
all right.
Wirfs
we'll
is
see.
a special dude, man. If you see some
Hey.
of the things he does on Instagram,
Well, Matt, keep your fingers
jumps
crossed.
out of a,
I've
like,
heard
3
you
foot
guys
pool.
might sign Zeke. So you might have Zeke Elliott on the squad.
that will
this
not
year.
improve my outlook if we pick up Zeke.
As of today, June 7th, what do you think their record will be next year? The Bucks. Do you think they'll like over 500? How many games under 500?
No.
But we play 17 games now. I would say we go 9-8 or 10-7.
6-11.
Yeah, I bet like 4.
I just think it's an easy division where I
4
think
and 12.
we'll at least win 4 division games.
I'm still just going.
I
with
don't
the
think
old
they're
numbers,
that
'cause
bad.
I'm sick of
Yeah.
every rule and every league changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You
don't love that
know what,
kickoff
like,
rule.
The numbers and all this shit.
I don't love the kickoff rule either.
What is the new
You
kickoff?
guys-
rule? I heard news about it, but I don't know how it works.
So basically,
If you call a
it's
fair catch, you get it at the 25, correct?
right.
something
If you
like that.
catch it anywhere,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
trying to take that like kind of pooch kick out. You know,
The
where
pooch
they
onside.
not the onside, but when they would just kind of sky kick it to the 15. and everybody
Yeah,
be like right
in the
fucking on
50.
top of them.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's strategy, that's
And
what-
it's just you're taking people's jobs away.
you're also taking
Yeah.
away people that like rugby or whatever, fans like that see something like that could get them into it, and how that is a part of the game, like the field position. You know,
A
what I
little
mean? Like,
bit.
it does take a talent. I don't know.
I hate it.
And it's fun strategy, especially it gets interesting kind of late in the game. If
Dude,
you
it's
want to
huge.
run, if you want to run one of those kicks, those high kicks to the 15, so they have to catch it and return it and burn up, even if it's 4 or 5 seconds,
Right.
catch it and burn up a little bit of time.
Even that,
The Bills, I think, didn't do it when they blew that game to the Chiefs 2 years ago in the AFC
Yeah.
Championship. I think the Bills it wasn't the championship game, but it was a playoff game, Chiefs Bills. Mahomes comes back and scores a field goal with 13 seconds left. And I don't think the Bills did kick it where
no, that was when they had
just
13
get a
seconds
touchback.
left.
Yeah.
And then
But I think the Chiefs could have squibbed it or done something weird and had time run off the clock. And the Bills
if the Bills hadn't kicked that
Yeah.
ball off to let
Do you
Mahomes
guys-
even do that, they would have done it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they kicked it and then they were able to just because no time runs off.
they were able to take a touchback,
But
no
on a
time
punt-
comes off the
but on a
clock.
punt, it runs
Right.
the minute you snap the ball. So the minute
Yeah.
it's high on a kickoff, it
Yeah,
goes
this was
once they catch the ball, right?
Right.
Like so it starts once they actually play it. So if if they don't go in at all, there's no play, right? And then
Would
they'll
you
just
rather
go-
have the current kickoff rule in the NFL or the XFL version?
What's different about the XFL version?
So XFL, they both are what at like the 30, but the
I've
offense
seen
is-
this.
They're right next to each
Yeah.
other, so it becomes more of a man-on-man block.
yeah,
But you can
then
run some fun
there's-
fakes off of it
I
and
think
shit.
it's like the 20-yard line too. Like you got to kick it into a certain area. Like you can't
Yeah.
kick it, and then like you get it. There's a penalty for that. A 15-yarder, you get it at the 50. If you kick it, I can't remember that one though, Brad.
Yeah, I don't remember all the details, but it was just
But
they basically they
It was
kept
more
the-
interesting.
You know
they
what?
kept the kickoff
And-
return intact. They just took a lot of the like crazy explosive hits out of it.
Yeah. And then the going for two thing was also something that in the NFL, the 15-yard line wouldn't, or the 15 yards wouldn't work. But
Yeah.
that
And
idea would
that
be
was a
kinda
little
fun.
gimmicky. Yeah.
25 would be kind of fun. 25
Well,
would make
do you
want
think,
them to win.
we'll get back to actual football teams here. So do you think the Broncos are actually going to score points this year? That you'll be worrying about the extra point and everything?
Well, I mean, I think that our offense last year, like the total numbers were outscored by like what's his name, fucking yeah,
Brock
I did.
Osweiler.
Yeah,
I mean,
better.
because
No,
we
before Brock, I'm trying to think of his
we
fucking name,
haven't
dude.
talked to you
Kurt-
since
Case
they got
Keenum.
Sean Payton.
Case Keenum.
put up more numbers with the Broncos. Like they average more points a game than what we did.
That adds up to me from what I saw
100%
last
did.
year.
I am so pumped to have Sean Payton, a head goddamn coach, like a head coach. It was a dumb clusterfuck what they did. Now we have an ownership group that actually seems to care and be
Well, now
involved.
you got Skinny Russ.
What do you
Fat
mean?
Russ is gone.
Yeah, no, and he was at the dark house with me too, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fat Russ is gone.
He-
Yeah, he
he
must have been in there
actually
doing
plays-
push-ups with you.
He plays Chell, man. Yeah, and like but yeah, but no, it's dope to have an actual head coach, and I feel like now that we have that, man, it was a clusterfuck, dude. We got a guy thinking,
Yeah.
we got him thinking we were gonna get A-Rod at that point. We're like, okay, now Rodgers is
Right.
gonna come here, no doubt. It didn't happen, and then we were fucked. And luckily, we were able to cut ties after 1 year out of 5 with Russ that we're pretty much gonna be stuck with, unless if he plays good, he's gonna be here. And he plays like shit, no one's gonna want him not. So we're stuck with him, man. Right?
Sean
So,
Payton will make it work.
yeah,
I don't think he takes the job, right? If he
Payton's
doesn't think
one
he
of
can-
like the 5 best coaches we got.
He did
Are
it
we
with
going to
Drew
see Russell
Brees.
Wilson have like a Drew Brees?
That's what I
moment,
mean.
like,
He did it with that. He
can we
did
see
with
it?
him.
I mean, Drew Brees was succeeding with Sean Payton when Drew Brees couldn't like move or hardly. Drew Brees was shot putting passes,
I
And
agree. And
succeeding
just
with the
look
Saints.
at both of them.
So-
I think they do
and he
a lot
couldn't
of
move
the same
either.
things well.
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson right now is definitely like capable and better than Drew Brees was when Sean Payton left the Saints. Drew Brees' last season with the Saints, Russell Wilson's going to be better. Sean Payton will make it work.
That's a tough one, though. Brees was so fucking accurate, though.
But what's tough is there's differences where Drew Brees, in spite of his like incapability to throw a 30-yard pass, can do so much.
But I agree. And that wide receiver room, now that everybody's healthy again, you know, your boy Tim Patrick's back. You still got there's all that trade talk on Judy and Sutton. Judy and Sutton are still there.
I think Dulcich will be a guy this year.
Dulcich emerged, but I think also Mims, the rookie.
Yeah.
I think he kind of plays that slot role.
Still trying to figure out what happened to that Benito guy when we drafted from Oklahoma. But outside linebacker.
He's fine. He's small. So like against the run.
What was his role?
Yeah, he can rush the passer.
And I was a super big Judy fan when he was drafted, Jimmy. I was telling you, like, that was my favorite wide receiver in this draft. He has let me down. So maybe this is the year when everything's right and Judy can actually like show he's a good.
He's kind of been the failed Bama receiver.
He had a better year last year. He actually did. Like
maybe the last few games he did.
The numbers turned out well, and like obviously, but he I don't know. Like I thought he got better. And again, man, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Like, there was nothing. It was so bad. And having Javonte Williams, I think will help like a running back. I mean, it was a clusterfuck. So having a head coach now. I know
he ended up with 67 for 972 and 6.
Yeah, I knew he had.
So not terrible.
Okay. 6 touchdowns in that offense is
averaging 14 and a half yards.
A catch. Yeah. But the tough thing, Jimmy.
What I loved about Judy, man, or you can go if you want.
Well, I'm just saying the tough thing is the division, obviously. I mean, the Chargers are at least on par with the Broncos if we base it off last season. The Chiefs are much, much better, and the Chiefs are almost certainly going to win the division. So really your playoff hopes comes down to you got to probably win at least 2 out of the 4 against the Chiefs and Chargers. And it is going to be kind of toss-ups in those games, you'd think. You're going to have to win them in the last couple minutes, and Russ is just going to have to get it done. Like the NFL comes down to such a finite amount of plays that it's going to come down to Russ winning enough games in the last 2 minutes for you guys to make the playoffs in a tough division. And I think the Raiders are going to be kind of poor this year. I don't have a lot of faith in the Raiders, but the Chargers are at least
kind of poor.
And we can just throw the Raiders aside, Brad.
I mean, I was going to say they're in the goddamn Caleb Williams sweepstake already.
The Chiefs are much better than the Broncos. So that's 4 games on your schedule that are going to be.
The Chiefs are better, but you really think the Chargers are that much better? Just when I look at
they're on par. I actually just said they're on par.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they split, if
they split with the Chargers, lose 2 to the Chiefs, that's 3 losses right there.
You look up and down that roster, there's a lot there. You know, I don't know if maybe it takes a year with Peyton.
Jimmy's chewing his fucking cheek. He's like, we haven't beat the Chiefs in like 10 years. I just need to beat these motherfuckers.
They're trending down, though, man. I think I don't know what showed you lately, like that they're getting better at all. Like,
maybe them winning the Super Bowl.
Their defense is getting better. Their defense is getting younger and better.
Maybe just the fact that Mahomes is like the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
We can't get away from this.
I see the trajectory
what does Mahomes
going
look like
down,
without
man.
Kelsey? As Kelsey starts to age.
Yeah, that's what's annoying is that's the most I brought that up on I think the last one we did, but which was like right after the Super Bowl. We had done like a recap one.
Yeah.
Bets and
celebratory for the Chiefs winning for you, right?
Yeah.
Celebratory. Okay.
Fuck you.
You threw them all off. You threw them off.
But no, the Kelsey thing, it's like I think that he is the most that dude, and it's even
he is great.
And fantasy football, non-PPR, dude, if you have him in an 8-man league like we do with the dumb one, and that's fun. It's just fun, but
you end up with a lot of talent.
Game changer.
exactly. Look at where there's, the difference
is
from
so
1 to
good.
5 is crazy at tight
But
end.
like I said, I mean, I don't know. I heard he got in like a fender bender the other day. I just see you could tell they're trending.
You see,
That's gonna throw off.
Hey,
their
did you
next
see he
season.
tried to grab
He got
the
an
mic?
fender bender. They're gonna struggle next year. They'll be slow out of the gates.
I think Mahomes is mad. They were at the White House. He tried to grab the mic.
I did see
Mahomes
this.
pushed him away.
Yeah, because Mahomes is probably protecting Travis at that point. Like, this isn't the place to say stupid wrestling shit, Travis. Right? Isn't that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
You
You know
about
it's
the
going to be
draft?
something dumb.
Yeah.
Have we talked about the draft at all?
We have
Okay.
not.
That was stupid as fuck when they came out during the draft and Travis Kelce made it a wrestling event. I didn't like that.
Who comes out?
Didn't think that was the top.
The draft, the city that hosts the draft, it's not about your team. It's about the draft and the players.
Yeah, I think that they could have done without that.
Like, I hope the draft never, like,
Mahomes or Kelce out to announce the Chiefs pick, but I don't need them there to start the draft.
This isn't. Like
I mean,
a
you
pep
were
rally,
you were there, right?
Oh, I didn't. I watched from
You
home.
didn't check it out.
I thought about going. It just seemed like like I saw how chaotic the city was here in Kansas City. I didn't want to really walk there and then stand on a fucking grass hill and watch from 200 yards away.
It's like any big event, like
I would have been going there to watch
on the spot, like,
on a screen. I wouldn't have been up close to really see much to make it more enjoyable than it was from my couch. So I didn't go.
Well, I know we talked about, because when, it obviously Kansas, it is cool to see it in a city you kind of know. But you'd miss out on all that draft recap, like every pick, when everything that the guys are talking about, you miss.
Mel Kiper. I mean, that's my favorite.
Dude, you
Mel
can actually
Kiper.
see him, but you can't hear like what. Yeah,
you can get close to the Ravens, but you can't touch him.
Mel, I would have went if I could have shook Mel's hand.
Oh my God, yeah.
We just gotta close the knot,
and he's really growing into that Raven look. As the hair keeps going back and the beak gets bigger.
Oh well, yeah,
and he's not shy about fucking loving the Ravens either.
Yeah, well, he couldn't
even know he liked. Once I found that out, I was like,
Mel Kiper's a character. If you try to love it down and improve him to make him like more funny, I don't think you could. I think he's kind of perfect.
Todd McShay tried and he turned into an alcoholic.
Yeah. I can't live up to this.
He's slurring his words on college campuses.
Yeah.
If you had Mel Kiper in that jersey Brad's wearing going like this, like doing a bird thing right now, that might be the funniest.
Matt.
Yeah.
Tot. Yeah, dude.
Fucking Mel.
It would definitely be an Ed Reed though for him, but
yeah, that's kind of like how it was with the Cup, and we could talk about Kachuk. Like, I mean, I guess they're getting their asses kicked like, as of now, but when it's
a long series
draft, when the Blues won the Cup, I didn't want to, it would have been the parade to be at, but at the same time, it was like, man, I'm not gonna. I remember when the Rams won, dude, and I just remember seeing them. They roll by, but you're so far back. And I was little then; it was '99. But it's like, shout out! I think I got.
Don't you think while you're doing that? Don't you think a lot of people that go to those parades though, they're there for the event? They probably we're probably watching 80-90% of the actual games. They got swept up in the hype, in the playoffs. And they're like, oh, it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, it's mostly like the people of the city, not necessarily like, not everybody there is like.
And I mean, I know there was a lot of diehards there. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But still, it was so nice to sit because we think how much you would miss, Jim. Like all the different cool shit we saw.
Fred Hall, and then to have to like follow it and
just have it getting another beer in front of you.
Yeah.
So
Robert Thomas is 19 years old, shotgunning a beer in front of a cop.
Yeah, as fucked up as it sounds, it's like that is though the truth. It's like I don't want to have to know where I got to go take a piss and know I got to walk like 30 and wait behind people and possibly miss like the shit going by. And with the draft, I'm the same way. Like it's weird because those events would be. You always think like God, I'd love to be there, and then it's like, but damn, like you'd miss. Now the Super Bowl and shit. That yeah. It's like you got it. I mean would
The Super Bowl game, if the Super Bowl game was in Kansas City, I would schedule it.
I don't think they draw enough.
And any big event
team was in it or not.
Any big event is awesome to go to. Even going to like a NASCAR event would be fun. If you got like an RV and did it the right way.
Did you hear who won in Illinois right over across the river?
At Worldwide Technology.
You know who won?
What about it? Blaney?
No. We know who won because I don't even have to tell you guys who won. And that was 20 damn minutes away, and we didn't go to it.
Was it Kyle Busch?
All the times we have bet on Kyle Busch.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I told my mom. She told me about it. I was like,
that is a heartbreak.
He felt us. He must have felt our presence.
The love.
His family. Does he have family here or something like that?
I don't know. I think he
wouldn't be surprised. He's kind of redneckish.
Yeah.
He just thrives on the hate. I think people hate him so much, and he loves it.
Well, the best was on the radio this week. They were high.
God damn it! Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, dude.
We lost.
So fucking mad, dude. I was so angry when my mom told me that because I was like, I didn't even realize it was the real NASCAR guys, and she was like, "Yeah, that one guy."
I thought it was only. I thought it was only trucks and Xfinity.
No, I found out on Friday that it was gonna
sucks.
Yeah, no, I knew on Friday it would, but
he's from Vegas. I don't know how he has any ties to St. Louis.
Then it might have. I don't know who my mom. Who knows what she.
The Candy Man.
Shout out, the Candy Man. Dude.
Hell yeah!
Congrats to Kyle Busch. That's actually really good news,
dude. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
That would have been the one race we all went to. Remember we talked about that during.
And it probably was cheap.
I know.
And it was kind of like
they were not. Yeah, they weren't cheap tickets, though. Yeah, they
really NASCAR sells out.
The cheapest ticket was like $90. Like if you wanted an RV on the infield, you're talking like tens of thousands.
Yeah, we knew someone that was doing
because that would be the way to do it, right? Get an RV on the infield.
Oh hell, dude!
Just get black.
You got to be inside the track would be the best for sure.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of who it was that my mom knew that was like, they're a little into it. They were inside where they drive.
Yeah,
they were in the inside.
How cool would that be?
No, Mom, that's the way. Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna do it, that is the way to go, man. I mean, I would think that shit. Yeah, we were into it during COVID. Remember that shit? We were
when there was nothing else to bet on, nothing else to watch, and NASCAR was still.
When my brother and I were in Vegas, like less than a month ago, we bet on NASCAR. Like we bet on Xfinity, we bet on F1. Like I remember knowing
like Bell and like
Christopher Bell.
Yeah,
with one of my guys, I would always bet on Christopher Bell.
Ellinger. Briscoe was another one.
Briscoe. He had come out of like the double A NASCAR. And
Briscoe was we saw like all the young guys, like the guys that kind of.
Amendola. Not Amendola, but it was.
Who was the guy?
Amaretto. Something.
Like Amane. I don't want to say this word. But I think it was like.
Are you guys thinking Eric Amarola? Justin Allgaier.
Yeah,
Allgaier. Yes.
Yeah.
He was always the perennial like coming second place guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd always bet on him, and then
in terms of top, like if you had bet for him in the top 5, he'd kill. But
fucking bullshit, dude. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah,
the guy on the radio this week was like, and but it's not just the Sunday; it's the whole weekend because we have the whole event.
I heard him promoting it. Yeah,
you watch Xfinity, and those who are young guys. It's kind of like the minor leagues, and I'm just thinking like. Kyle Busch runs that shit on the truck series.
Kyle Busch still plays the minor leagues.
They don't even let him do it anymore.
He's up by 20 laps on him, dude. He did it so much they don't allow it anymore, right?
Like, he literally is not allowed to do the Xfinity or truck series anymore.
So many of them, dude. Yeah.
He ran so many races. They're like, dude. This is not what this is meant.
People don't do this, Kyle.
Like, dude, take it easy. Like Kyle's racked up. I'm looking at 63 wins. He has 63 wins, and he would win Friday.
But dude, he would win 2 and then lose on Sunday. Yeah. He would win Xfinity, win the truck, and then Xfinity.
Yeah, he'd just take all of his anger.
Kyle Busch, know it is, as he's probably like, well, I won 2 out of 3 races this week.
Hey, I'm getting paid, baby.
Like, what a dickhead. Dude, he'd be up by like 4 laps. Like, it would be like second place, 3 laps down. And
it was not fun to watch.
Okay,
he was
this is over. Yeah, I don't know how we get in a racing tangent.
No, but it was worthwhile.
Yeah,
I wish we had gone to that because I'm extremely pissed. That one.
Missed opportunity. If you're looking for an opportunity to get the Cardinals right now to win the Central, they're probably about plus 400.
Let me pull up the standings here, Brad.
They are in.
They're worse.
Bet the Cardinals to win the Central, and we're not even at the All-Star break, and we know how baseball goes. We can make runs. So let's see. Oh, the Rays. I see the Rays top of the AL East. That's nice.
We are at the actual halfway point.
To know that, though, you actually just said it.
For what?
After looking at, he said, I see the Rays are at the top of the AL East. It's like,
he didn't know that.
That's what I mean. It's like,
no way.
Everyone.
I could have guessed.
Hey, who's the best starting pitcher for the Rays?
Oh, yeah.
Zach Greinke. He literally dominated last year too. He's a lefty. Don't Google it, you piece of shit.
No, I'm not Googling. I'm looking at the standings. I don't know. I'm trying to man.
Click.
I did watch the Rays during
Shane McClanahan.
McClanahan.
Good Irish name.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
He
pitches good. He's especially good at home.
No, but the Cardinals are currently 25-37. They're 7.
That's what I see.
Or they're 8.5 back of the Central.
Wow, the Pirates have gotten decent.
Yeah,
again,
exactly. When you see there's only 2 teams over 500 in that division.
Yeah, the Cardinals can get this. And what odds do we get?
No teams under 500.
The Cardinals, and I know I'm not going to get to like nerd stats, but run differential, run scored, run against. They're the only team in the Central that isn't negative. They're at flat 0 right now. Everyone else is -20, -32. I have a $70 bet in to win 280. Hop on board. We'll all fucking have a good time when they win the Central and then lose that very next game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Cardinals
will not do well in the playoffs, but
I mean, 8.5 games when we're a third of the way through the season. I like this bet. I think the Cardinals can come back and win this division.
Little more than a third. I think we are actually the Cardinals are at the actual halfway point. No, they're at game 62. So there's 100 games left.
Yeah, we're a third. We're at the third way point, basically.
So 100 games left. Yep.
Yeah. So are the Brewers actually? It doesn't seem like they're serious if they're only fucking 5 games above 500.
They have pretty good starting pitching, though.
They're just really good at home.
Holy fuck! How are the Diamondbacks at the top of the NL West above the Dodgers, the Giants?
A lot of young players. Start paying attention to baseball.
Look at the Marlins, man. Look at the.
How are the Diamondbacks winning?
We're voting on the All-Stars right now. We're that far in the season.
You know who the manager of the Marlins is, right, Matt?
Ozzie Guillen.
Skip Schumacher.
Wow, that's crazy. He's a manager now?
Yeah, and they're killing it. Like
he was going to be the bench coach
in the division
for us.
With the Mets and the
would have been better than who do the Cardinals have now?
Ali Marmol.
Oh my God.
And then the bench coach.
I don't even know who that is.
Is you guys might remember this because he played for Joe McEwen.
Yeah. I know McEwen.
Had kind of the weird swing, and he,
I definitely remember McEwen. He had a super weird ritual to his at-bats.
He just sits there with a big old fucking chaw and just looks to Marmol like, I don't know. You fucking make the call. He's bad.
Cardinals, man. I wish we would have. We only have like 2 minutes left.
Is Yadier still playing?
No.
They don't.
Why isn't Yadier Molina the manager?
He's about to be.
He doesn't want to be.
He will be. He was the manager for Puerto Rican team, wherever
Puerto Rico and the WBC.
Yeah, so
we need to get him in charge.
He will be, I think.
Everybody's he'd be a great manager. It's just dealing with the media every day. He's not patient.
And
he is.
He just addresses everything analytically, Matt, and it's almost just like he's like, well, he's been 3 for, he's pitching the best of anyone against right-handed hitters right now, and that's what we're gonna go with.
Goddamn, that kind of reminds me of Aaron Boone.
It just sounds
like to the point of argumentative almost, though. But it sounds like Mo. It sounds like RGM.
He says like I'm not wrong. Like it's like like, oh, what do you know what you're talking about? You know, and it's just like, and then that arrogance kind of came off in an interview with Jack Flaherty too, where he came off the reporter like, well, I mean, what do you know about pitching or whatever? And the guy was like, and it was like a respected reporter for the like St. Louis Post, and he came off just bad. It was like, dude, he's asking you why you're like doing whatever. Well, I can't remember, but he was like, oh, well, I mean, if you're going to tell me that, I mean, I throw different speeds all my career. And if you don't really know about pitching, so don't try to. And it was like, that didn't. And especially when you're playing this bad.
Kind of just loser mentality. Yeah.
We're under a minute, but like, we get it, Matt, you can rep it. But I'm saying, I hope we can get into this more because there's a lot to be discussed about.
Well, if we.
Makes no sense, dude.
Yeah.
They're too good. And I don't even like them. They're too good.
They just find a way to lose right now. But like I said, embrace those odds.
Hey, plenty of time for the Cardinals, and we will talk about it more. Let's get
a big bag, boys.
Let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll get back to it with some trivia.
Cheers.
Pop, pop, pop.
That'll be a good.